Hey everybody, I'm Jamie.
I'm Ethan.
And we are the Bloody Essentials podcast. Now we are missing our other half, Nina. She couldn't make it tonight, but she is with us in spirit. We feel you out there in the horror cosmos, girl.
Always.
Yes. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. We really love hearing from you. It's been so fun meeting some of you at cons. If you like what we're doing, go ahead and follow, like, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the bloody fun. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Ethan, and he's going to tell us all about the cool horror trivia night we have coming up.
All right, guys. I've got the honor of telling you about our horror trivia. Once again, you're probably sick of hearing about it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to take 5 people. First, it's going to be open to our Patreons, and then every other listener. We're going to put your name in a hat. We're going to pull it off on air, pull your names out on air, so it's fair for everybody, and you'll be able to know who's going to be on. The deadline is September 21st. We need to have your names in by then, so we can go ahead and pick you. And on October 4th, which is a Friday, we are going to have the horror trivia event, which will be a live event on YouTube and Facebook. We've got many different gifts that we're getting together for the gift baskets. The first prize gift basket is a gift basket from Bloody Essentials with some of our merch, some signed stuff, some independent horror. It's going to be anywhere from $75 to $100 value. Second place will be a gift basket with some of the same stuff, some of our merch, from $50 to $75 value. So reach out to us on one of our socials or our email and let us know that you are interested. Jamie?
That is going to be awesome. And speaking of awesome, we have a really awesome guest with us tonight. Director, editor, writer, producer, owner of CEO Productions, Christopher Outridge. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Welcome, Christopher.
Hello, Ethan. Hello, Jamie. How are you guys? It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
We're so excited to talk to you. Christopher has done some really cool projects, including award-winning shorts, and his latest project, a screenplay called Teddy Cuddles, which looks super, super awesome. We will get into some teddy bear talk in a minute, but I want to go all the way back to the beginning, Christopher. Tell me what made you a horror fan, and what do you love about the genre?
What made me a horror fan? I've been watching horror movies literally since I was a kid. My mom was a horror fan. I was the kid who was watching Chucky.
Yes.
Yeah, I was watching Chucky. I was watching Freddy Krueger. I was watching Jason. It didn't scare me at all. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was a doll called My Buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Everyone was afraid of My Buddy because he looked like Chucky.
Oh,
and I wanted My Buddy because he looked like Chucky. So,
yes.
So it's like I wanted that toy. So I've been a fan of horror my whole life. Like I've been watching horror movies. But I will also say that as I got older, horror not only became my favorite genre, but it simultaneously started to become my least favorite genre. Because most of the horror films that I started seeing as I got older just really started getting worse. You know, like a lot of it didn't really take the care for the acting and the performances and the storytelling. And a lot of it, you know, you got characters making really stupid decisions. And like, I gotta say that as I got older, some of the worst films I have seen were horror.
Sure.
You know?
I can understand that.
Well, yeah.
So again, like it's and then there's the the constant rebooting and remaking and yada 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 yada. It's like,
I know.
My God, Robert Englund doesn't even want to do Freddy Krueger anymore. Like,
It's true.
Can we stop? But I mean, I love horror. I love horror, and part of the reason why I started shooting horror movies, not only because it's really fun.
Oh yeah.
Not only is it just really fun to do, and my imagination just gears towards that direction, but it's also because I've seen all these terrible movies, and I just wanted to do something better.
Okay.
I wanted to shoot films that I liked when I was a kid, that told stories, that wasn't just about the over-the-top blood and gore or TNA. Like, let's get this hot girl in here and make her make some really stupid decision that somehow ripped her clothes off so that people watch my movie. Like, I wanted to go back to storytelling. I wanted to go back to being scary. I wanted to go back to the terror. So that's kind of what brought me to where I am now.
Okay, so with that being said, what is your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie is Saw.
Oh, the
Okay.
first one. It's
And-
really good.
And I'm not just talking about the first one, because when I say Saw, I collectively talk about Saw 1 through 6.
Okay.
I do like 7, and I do like the others past it, but we're going to talk about 1 through 6.
Amazing. Now, I was doing a little bit of reading on you, Christopher, and it sounds like you got the bug for storytelling and filmmaking pretty young. Tell us a little bit about how you became a filmmaker.
I started off as a writer.
Yeah.
When I was in even elementary school, I started writing poetry. And then from writing poetry, I would start actually writing stories. I would draw. I can't draw. I can't draw. But I would draw characters that I create. And I would like color them and draw them and everything like that. And I would create like storylines for video games, storylines for short stories, and just creating all those stories inside of my head. That's what led me to writing. It would start off as stories, then it became scripts. And this whole time, I never really had access to a camera to film anything.
Sure.
But I have a very overactive imagination. So this would literally, like, it's to the point where I don't even call myself a writer anymore. Like, I am literally like a fly on the wall plagiarizing the world that lives in my head.
I love that.
Like, my characters are actual people living inside this universe that's my brain. And I'm just over there like, hey, you're doing something nice.
I'm going to be part of that.
And I'm going to follow you and write about your life and everything that you say and pawn it off as stories. and make people think that I'm actually a writer. And I'm really just insane.
We're okay with that. We like that.
Yeah, I think we're all a little insane.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually pick up all this writing and just piling up, not only piling up scripts, but piling up a whole idea book where I would write, where it's even to this day, some of the stuff inside my idea book still isn't like a real fully drafted script yet. But it wasn't until college where in high school, I started doing extra work in movies.
Oh.
And doing the extra work and because I can act too. Like I can act. I don't do it very often, but I can. And I prefer to be behind the camera. I did a lot of acting in high school plays. I've acted in my own films before. I don't give myself an acting credit, but I've acted in my own films before. And from doing all the extra work and seeing what it was like being behind the camera, that got me really interested in wanting to be a part of that work. So in college, I decided to major in film.
Awesome.
So it wasn't until college where I actually picked up a camera for the first time and actually started filming the stories that I've been writing all this time and living inside of my head.
Yeah.
And literally, it's like you know, the rest is history. I've obviously, you know, I went from doing literally everything, like camera, lighting, sound, cinematography, just all by myself. So working with crews, working with makeup artists, working with, I believe my Tape Me project was the very first time I actually worked with a full, or at least as much of a crew as I could get. But it's just great. Like it's so amazing being behind camera, and and for someone like me whose imagination just never shuts off, you know, to have just that outlet to just push it through and keep going, and seeing the pictures inside your head right there in front of you is just magic.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of your movies, we all watched Meat and really, really loved the concept. Really, really loved the gore in it. I'm an intestines girl, so you did not disappoint on the intestines. Tell us a little bit about Meat. What inspired this, and how did this movie kind of come together?
Meat.
And our co-host Nina wanted us to let you know that she absolutely loved it, and she's sorry she could not be on here tonight, but she wanted us to let you know that she thought it was great.
Oh, have her message me on Facebook.
I
certainly will.
Everyone, please, friend request me on Facebook, Christopher Eric Outridge. Find me on Instagram, CEO Film Productions. But anyway, back to the question. So Meat is now Meat. I think Meat is actually the very first time I shot something that I didn't write.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I didn't write Meat. I rewrote Meat, but I forget exactly what I rewrote. But Meat was originally supposed to be in my horror anthology film Slumber Party.
Okay.
But when we realized that, and actually it was my co-producer Amanda who realized this. I didn't realize it at first. We realized that Meat and another one of the short films were very similar.
Sure.
Except, like, it was the same concept, except the one glaring difference is that Meat was a whole lot more bloody and gory, whereas the other one, Golden Years, has no gore at all.
Okay.
But it was essentially the same concept. So when Amanda realized that, Amanda and I talked, and we decided to shoot Meat separately.
Okay.
As its own short film, which turned out incredible for it. Because and by the way, that when it comes to Meat, that film, in case you didn't realize it, I think I told Jamie, none of that gore, with the exception of the throat slit, none of that gore is prosthetics. It's all 100% cooked food.
Oh wow.
And seasoned food.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
By my co-producer Amanda. Like, praise Amanda. She cooked all of it.
Oh my gosh.
The intestines are hog casing stuffed with spaghetti noodles. And again, cooked. It's like she cooked the spaghetti noodles, cooked the hog casing, stuffed it herself, like everything. Like none of that is prosthetics. It's all cooked meat. And even the blood is, I forget how she made the blood. But even the blood, except for the throat slit, even the blood is like actual edibles. You could have, anything over there, you could have actually eaten.
Oh my gosh. That's my kind of restaurant, by the way. I would totally do that immersive experience, but
definitely.
And that was a really fun day on set. I mean, I remember I think it took us 3 days to film it.
Okay.
Actually. But the only reason why we needed the third day, if I remember correctly, was because when we did the throat slit, for whatever the reason, the hose just wouldn't shoot the blood. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't remember what happened, but our hose. So he's sitting there. I'm keeping it. They're sitting there. They're doing the knife, and there's just no blood coming out
Oh
at all.
no.
And it, like, for whatever the reason, the rig just didn't work. So we needed to go down there for a whole new day, re-bloody Kristen, just to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Just to like get the shot of her, and we did all of that in Amanda's apartment. So the reason why there's all that blood all over the place is because Amanda lived there, and she is just as crazy as I am. So she's just like, bloody up the walls. She even did it. She threw the blood on the walls. And the shot where Kristen is actually looking down at the table, and seeing her reflection in the blood, that was something that Amanda caught. And she ran over to me and the cinematographer, and she's just like, "Yo, Chris, look at this. Kristen's reflection in the blood. We have to take this. You have to put this in there." Yeah. And we set it up. We set up the shot. We did it. So it was super fun. It was shout out to both Jenny, Kristen, and Nate, who all did an incredible job. And it was a great experience, and it's paying off because Meat is now a 4-time best gore, best kill winner.
Those are
I can see that.
Yeah,
those are good awards to get too in our world.
4 times in 3 different festivals.
Wow.
And Severed Limbs was actually the first. That was the debut for Meat in the virtual streaming, and it also won in the Thing in the Basement for best gore, the Thing in the Basement Horror Film Festival. Shout out to both Neil Jones for Without Your Head podcast, as well as Tyler for the Thing in the Basement Film Festival. Both excellent festivals. And that was just a great movie, and we're actually really glad now. Looking back, it's again thanks to Amanda, why Meat is actually on its own and not a part of Slumber Party.
And then let's talk some teddy bears, some homicidal ones. So you have a screenplay, Teddy Cuddles. This one has been doing really well at the festivals and cons too. Tell us a little bit about the story of Teddy Cuddles.
Teddy Cuddles! So, as the shirt says.
Yeah.
I got my shirt right over here.
Love it.
Teddy Cuddles is a short horror comedy about this teddy bear. And he actually looks like he will act. This is like the perfect representation of what Teddy Cuddles is supposed to look like.
I love it.
It's about this incredibly vulgar and homicidal teddy bear that kills people. An avid toy collector. His name is Jacob. He's got this Peter Pan personality. He doesn't really take life too seriously. He's very much into collecting these old toys. So he goes out and he purchases this 1985 Teddy Cuddles teddy bear. Now, Teddy Cuddles was once this very, very popular toy.
Okay.
But then a horror movie came out about a teddy bear killing people. And kids were afraid of it because he just happened to look like Teddy Cuddles.
Okay.
So very much how my buddy
right.
My buddy died out. Teddy Cuddles died out the same way, and no one wanted to play with him anymore. So instead of, taking it like a man, Teddy Cuddles resorted to murder. And not to mention the fact that, Teddy Cuddles has been in a lot of environments where kids mistreated their toys. Yeah. So seeing all that, Teddy Cuddles is like, I want to kill people. So Jacob just happens to buy Teddy Cuddles, brings Teddy Cuddles home to his 2 best friends, and his girlfriend Kristen, who is totally over this man, this grown man buying all these toys, thinking they're going to be worth millions when he doesn't do his research properly and winds up being worthless. And Cuddles just literally runs amok and kills everybody. You know?
Love it.
Yeah, it basically, if you take Seth MacFarlane's Ted,
Right.
and you make him into Chucky, that's Teddy Cuddles. This vulgar, violent, hypersexual teddy bear that just wants to murder people. For no other reason other than the fact that you people have mistreated toys. And that's another thing about Teddy Cuddles that's very important. He is not a possessed teddy bear.
Yeah.
He's not possessed. He's not like Chucky where there's a criminal trapped inside of a teddy bear's body. No, Teddy Cuddles is a toy. He is a toy. He's alive, just like Woody and Buzz in Pixar, Toy Story are alive.
Okay.
He's tired of toys being mistreated. He's tired of toys being played with and thrown in the garbage. He's tired of kids mutilating their toys. We are currently crowdfunding in order to shoot the short because of all this buzz that we're generating. And Teddy Cuddles really started it. Like the film festival wins for Teddy Cuddles really started for Meat and as well as Nightmare. There's been buzz for this short. Like people want to see it and I want to shoot it. And we're currently crowdfunding. If you go to crowdfunder.com/TeddyCuddlesHorror, you can check out our crowdfunding campaign. And we're raising money to shoot the short film, but primarily we're raising money to make a puppet. Because Teddy, when I wrote the script, the one thing I told myself is that if I ever shoot it, Teddy Cuddles is not going to be CGI.
Yes.
Teddy Cuddles is going to be a live action puppet performing on set with our actors. And we are actually talking to the professionals of the industry. Like we are talking to people who have 20, 30 years in the business. Who have, and we actually got a budget quote from guys who've done Sesame Street, guys who've done Jim Carrey's Kidding.
Oh.
Like guys who've done work like that.
Wow.
We've been speaking to them, and we actually got a quote from them on how much it would cost to make this puppet. And we are dedicated to making this puppet. And I think we have our current campaign, we have enough to actually do a bust.
Wow.
For Teddy Cuddles.
Yeah.
We're at almost 3,000 right now. And we have enough to do the bust.
Okay.
We're going to need more. We're definitely going to need more. But we are dedicated to doing, because it's all about, and you've seen Meat. That is a testament to our dedication to practical effects. You know, I'm not somebody who really likes to use CGI. You know,
practical effects are much, much better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, unless I have to burn a building down.
Right.
Unless I have to burn a building down, I want to do everything as practically as humanly possible. You know? So that's why we're doing this crowdfunding campaign. And you get tons of cool perks. There's the t-shirt.
Nice.
There's signed posters. You can actually support a specific actor or actress inside of our short film. There's Grace Juliana, our lead actress. There's Jordy Skolnick, our lead actor. The voice of Teddy Cuddles, Paul C. Kelly. And then our guest starring actress, Kristen Domenica, who was in Meat.
Yes.
Kristen in Meat. She is guest starring in. I work with her a lot. She's in Slumber Party too.
Awesome.
I work with her a lot. Super talented. All four of them, super talented. You can support a specific actor or actress inside the film, and donate towards them and get a signed headshot for them. We also have a very cool perk, which is only around until August 16th, actually. August 16th will be the last day to order, and that is Teddy Cuddles cookies. She did such an amazing job with these cookies. She did such
Oh.
Oh my God.
This is the actual cookie. The knife fell off. And the knife.
Wow.
This is the actual cookie.
Oh my gosh.
But the knife fell down, unfortunately. But it's fondant, and it's a bloody knife, and it's really good. Like,
Oh, now I want a cookie.
it's like
Right?
delicious. I just bit his head off.
I was gonna say the little scowl on his face was great, but now that you eat half of him, it looks even better.
Yes.
I mean, these cookies are super good.
Oh, it looks amazing.
And the baker, Sabrina, she's a one-woman show.
Wow.
You're not only supporting my film when you get Teddy Cuddles cookies, you are supporting Sabrina, who is a one-woman show, entrepreneur, small business,
Love
not
that.
some corporation. She bakes all this stuff by herself.
Wow.
And her business has been around for a year now, and she is incredible. Like, they're really good. And they're only available until August 16th. You order now. It's 4 cookies for $16.
Okay.
And she will bake them, and you will get them before Halloween.
There you go.
Okay.
We are guaranteeing you'll get these cookies before Halloween. Buy them for yourself. Buy them for your kids. Buy them for your nieces, nephews, cousins, or whatever. Because everyone loves cookies. And they're super good.
That's facts.
I'm not just saying this. Like, they're super good.
Oh, as a cookie connoisseur myself, I will say it looks like a delicious cookie.
I wish you could, like, taste it. I wish you could be like, here you go, take a bite.
I know, I wish.
Like, here, send this over the airways.
I wish.
So if people like them and people want more, we will bring them back. But now is your chance to taste them. And it's only through the Teddy Cuddles campaign at crowdfunder.com/Teddy Cuddles.
Awesome.
We'll make sure that the links and everything are in our bio in today's show as well.
This is one of the mutilated toys that is existing inside the home that Teddy Cuddles lives in. And when you look at something like this, I'm sure your first question is, what the hell is wrong with this guy? How in the world did something like this, like, you just thought of this and did this to a toy? Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
We get it.
We understand.
But after that, when you get over that, you begin to think to yourself, like, this is terrible to do to a toy. And imagine a toy looking at this and knowing, like, I could be next.
Yeah.
Like, what does this kid have? This kid took a screwdriver and a couple of nails, stripped the doll, and screwed an alien into its body. And the back has this, like, gummy little soldier on it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what the hell is wrong with this? And I could be next.
Definitely want to see this come to life.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Spread it to your friends. Crowdfunder.com/Teddy Cuddles Horror. We've got a lot of stuff in the campaign. The campaign is going to be out for a while.
Sure.
So the campaign is going to be out for a while, but the cookies aren't. Cookies are going to start
No.
next week on August 16th. Because we want to bake them and make sure they go out for Halloween.
Right.
Come back if people want them. But definitely go to the campaign. Definitely, we appreciate any donation, no matter what the size, because we want this puppet to happen, and we want to bring this very violent teddy bear to life. And you guys want some cookies because it's fun.
That is true.
It is very
cookies,
true.
And we want evil teddy bears.
Yes.
Evil
I'm not-
horror.
Yes.
And I want that shirt. That shirt is really cool.
Oh yeah, this is actually one of the shirts that you can get.
Okay.
The laurels will obviously vary depending
Right.
on what film festivals we win. I actually think this shirt is even outdated because we won
Wow.
thing in the basement. The back, this particular one, I don't know how well you guys are going to see it, but if you look at the back, it's got the 6
Oh, yes.
for Slumber Party on there.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the one that has the Slumber Party 666 back.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So it's either the Slumber Party 666 back or the Laurel back that you
Okay.
can choose with the shirt. And of course, Slumber Party is the feature horror anthology film that is currently in post production.
Okay.
It's coming soon. We finished all the music, and now it's just a matter of mastering the audio.
Sure.
And
Oh,
that's what Nightmare is a part of, which Nightmare is in film festivals right now as well, and making a killing. So,
Okay.
oh.
And if somebody else wanted to see some of your other stuff, do you have anything other than Meat out right now?
if you wanted to see my other work, Nightmare, my more recent work, which is my most recent work, is Slumber Party.
Okay.
Okay.
The horror anthology film the feature film that features 6 women who go out to a slumber party and tell 6 scary stories, and each of those 6 scary stories is a short film within the film.
Oh,
I love
fun.
that.
666. And Nightmare is one of those shorts, which is currently making a festival killing. And here are
Awesome.
the stars of Nightmare.
Ah,
The Diana doll. Say hello.
so many great toys.
So, say hello, Diana. It's a handmade doll, by the way.
Wow.
I didn't make her.
Oh,
I didn't make her. But this over here, Diana, she's one of the stars of Nightmare. And Nightmare is exactly what it is. It's a nightmare featuring this doll slowly absorbing the soul of a young woman named Jessica, slowly absorbing the soul and memories of a young woman named Jessica.
like that.
It's an ode to black and white horror, Alfred Hitchcock. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And
Okay.
it's like, it's Nightmare is just something we actually, Thing in the Basement Film Festival ended, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So Nightmare is not streaming anymore. It will be showing live. It will be screening live at American Horrors Film Festival
Okay.
in October. And I believe it's screening live in the SuperCon Film Festival. I think that's at the end of September. SuperCon, not super SUPER, but Super as in like SIOUX.
Okay.
Okay.
Like Sioux Falls, wherever Sioux Falls is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's the next time you're going to be able to see Nightmare screening live at both of those film festivals. And in terms of Slumber Party itself, because Nightmare is a part of Slumber Party, you can check out when Slumber Party is out. We will be releasing it in film festivals. It's a feature film, and hopefully I'll be able to press some Blu-rays and start selling Blu-rays of Slumber Party next year.
Excellent.
Slumber Party, it's good. Like, it's, again, there's the dedication of practical effects. I'm not just saying this because it's my film, but it is good. And it's the 6 short films are all unique. Our music and Nightmare itself is a 3-time Best Actress winner, a 3-time Best Music winner, 1-time Best Editing, 1-time Best Director, my first ever Best Director award, and 1-time winner for Best Supporting Actor, John Joyner, who played the Forgotten. John Joyner, excellent performance. He played the Forgotten. His role, when you see Nightmare and you see John Joyner's performance, his role is 100% his creation.
Wow. So cool.
The only direction I gave him was at the end of your monologue, you need to say, I don't know who I am.
Okay.
That's all I told him. Everything else I told him, I didn't know what else he was gonna do or say or how he was gonna dress until he showed up that day.
Oh, that's fun.
So on YouTube right now, you can see some of my previous work.
Sure.
And that is my
Back to the shelf with you.
And if I get this funding, there might be a feature film about Diana over here.
Okay.
There's that idea. If you go to YouTube right now, you can see some of my past films. And one of my past films that you should check out is Tape Me.
Okay.
Okay.
Tape Me is a horror film series about a serial killer who tapes his victims as he stalks them, kidnaps them, and then tortures them. And it all came from a dream that I had.
Ooh.
True story. And by the way, most people call my dreams nightmares because I have a tendency to dream in horror movies.
I feel that.
Like my dreams are horror movies. I don't know how many times I've been killed in my own dreams.
Been there.
But this dream was about me and my friends. We were shooting a film. There was about 6 of us. We're shooting a film. We come home. We look at the footage, and the footage is not what we filmed, but it's a torture reel.
Okay.
And it's a torture reel of this guy inside of this. It's like this black suit with a black hood over his head and a faceless mask, and he's just stalking these victims, torturing and killing them. And then in that dream, after we see the video, we each one by one gets stalked, kidnapped, and killed by the same killer. So, and the dream actually ended with me I'm tied to a chair, and from my POV, I'm watching my girlfriend who's across the room from me screaming for help. And he's like torturing her. I forget how he's torturing her, but when he's done with her, he takes a baseball bat and just right across my head. And literally, I dropped to the floor, and that's when I dropped to the floor, and yes, this is how the dream ended. 100% how the dream ended. And Tape Me is about that killer.
Okay.
The only difference is that the only 2 differences between the killer in my dream and the killer inside the film Tape Me series is that in the dream he was wearing this orange carpenter-like apron.
Yeah.
That is not in the short because I thought it was ridiculous. And in the short, he has a tear on one of his eyes.
Okay.
And I added that in. That was not in the dream. I added that in to the killer. And again, if you like meat, Tape Me was made before Meat, years before. Tape Me was one of my first. Tape Me was one of my first ventures after I graduated college into actually getting a crew and a makeup artist and auditioning actors.
Yeah.
So you can watch Tape Me on my YouTube page, but all my more recent work is going to be in film festivals.
Christopher, it sounds like you have such an interesting body of work, and I can't wait to see some more of them. Listeners, if you can catch one of these films at one of the film festivals, make sure you check it out. And we will have the link for the crowdfunder and everything in the video so that you can go straight there and support this.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, it's not just me that you're supporting. Everybody comes up to me, it's like, congratulations, Chris, and I was like, well, it's not just me. I didn't make these films by myself. Okay, if I did, I'd be the actor, the director, and whatever. You're not just supporting me. You're supporting the talented people who have dedicated their time and their energy. And believe me, when you look at all this stuff, you seen Kristen covered in all that blood. You see Jenny covered in all that blood. And it's like sometimes I think to myself, why do you guys let me do this to you? Like I have friends who like there's a scene in Take Me where I'm putting a power drill to somebody's face. It's a real power drill. It's not a fake power drill.
Oh, wow.
And I have friends who are like, I would never let you hold a power drill to my face. But it's not just supporting me. You're supporting all the people who have taken their time and energy to help make these films. Even some of my previous work where like some of these people not only have moved on to do much bigger things, you know, and they're all very super talented people. And I'm a big supporter, especially lately with my film festival success.
Yeah.
Again, not just my success, but everyone, all of our success. Because like my Best Director award, a Best Director award is a showcase of the best of your team.
Definitely.
So it's like I won that award for Nightmare because of you guys.
Right.
You know, and that's how you gotta support independent horror. You know.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
You have to never forget where you came from, and always support independent horror because these are the people, and I've seen a lot of the independent films, you know, going through this recent film festival circuit. I've seen a lot of these independent films, and people are giving it their all.
Yeah.
You know, and you just have to be really proud of everything that they're doing. Like the films that I've seen in Thing in the Basement, the films that I've seen in Shockfest, the films I've seen in Severed Limbs. You know, the work that Neil is doing, the work that Tyler's doing, the work that Matt is doing, Jeffrey McCobb, the work that these people are doing in independent, Shane Michaels with Horror Haven, the work that these people are doing is just absolutely incredible. So, I mean, don't watch my films just because I'm sitting here telling you to. You know, watch these films for Kristen's performance in Meat, for Jenny's performance in you know, watch Slumber Party, watch Nightmare for Amber's award-winning 3-time Best Actress performance. Watch Slumber Party for Kristen, Anais, Rachel, Cassie, Jenny, all of them. Watch it for them. Watch the great cinematography that John and Derek did. You know, don't be a part of these film festivals. Don't just go to the film festivals to watch me. Go to watch Nightmare. Go to the film festivals and watch everything.
Yeah.
And watch everything there, because the more we all just get together and support each other, the better this whole community is going to be. And maybe one day Hollywood would actually give us the big budgets and start making and rebooting things over again. Maybe, just maybe.
Exactly. Love that. We love supporting indie horror. And Christopher, it has been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We want to check out all your other films. And listeners, please check them out. We'll have the links in the description. And you got to see some of these movies.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. Every time I do one of these, you learn something new about yourself, and it's fun. It is fun. And
definitely,
Jamie, Ethan, I want to thank you guys. Nina, right?
Yes.
Nina, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Nina, too. Sorry you couldn't be here today, but thank you, Nina, as well. Thank you for having me. And remember, don't just support me, support independent horror. Support independent horror. Go to the crowdfunding campaign, crowdfunding.com/TeddyCuddles. Pick up some Teddy Cuddles cookies. This is what I have left.
All that's left.
But definitely. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the viewers. This has been a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, this has been another awesome episode of the Bloody Essentials podcast. I'm Jamie.
I'm Ethan.
And just remember, if you find yourself in a horror movie, don't have sex, don't do drugs.
And certainly don't die. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.